everybody, how's it going? Tooth here. So I've been asked several times, let's start a YouTube channel, whatever. I'm on the fence about doing it. I really don't have time to do it, but my little brother has a YouTube channel, so I'm going to send this video to him. He can do what he wants with it. We're going to kind of cover some optics today. We'll just go in order of which I purchased. EOTech 554. Purchased it in 2005 when I worked overseas for a company. The emitter fell out of it. That's why it doesn't get used anymore. A little bit of a story behind that one. This is the 560 or 550E, which was bought to replace it. It doesn't work anymore. You can see a little bit. It's got a little bit of use on it, but not near the other ones, the 554. And run it down real quick. Those are the only two EOTechs I own, and I will not buy another one. And it is not because the optics are bad. It is because, like everything, something that has electrical parts, moving parts, it fails, whatever. But when you advertise you have a lifetime warranty and you don't stick to it and you fall behind the deal as, we no longer manufacture this product, it's too old, or we don't have the parts base to support it, and you want to turn around and offer me a 50% discount when, especially something like the emitter falls out of it. I mean, all I was doing was trying to zero it on a new upper that I had put together, and the emitter fell out. So you're not going to warranty it? Sorry, boys, don't want to deal with you no more. This one, only had it for almost a year, and the emitter just quit. I played with the battery packs. I did everything I could as far as field repairs go, and I just could not get it to work. It would flicker, and then it would just quit. And when I called them, and not even a year old, and they want to tell me the same thing. So yeah, that's why I won't buy EOTech anymore. You want to fight with them, you want to deal with them, that's on you. You do what you want to do. But for me, not doing it anymore. So let's come over here and let's look at some scopes. This is the order of which they were bought. Primary arms, 5-time prism scope. 100% happy with it. I bought it because I wanted an ACOG and I couldn't afford an ACOG. And when I bought this, it was 300 to 350 bucks. The original one of these I bought fell out of a tree stand when I fell asleep, like a lot of hunters do, and it would not read zero, and it knocked itself way out of zero when it fell. I mean, 13 feet's a long way to go for a scope, and I can't fault them for that. That's pretty harsh. I wound up sending the scope to Primary Arms, and when dealing with them, they said, hey, we're getting it to work. We can't recreate the issue you're talking about. But since you basically what the guy literally told me on the phone is, we can't recreate your issue, and told him what I did to make sure it wasn't the upper or anything like that. They said, we're just going to send you a new scope, and I hope it's cool. We don't have the Gen 2s anymore. All we have are the Gen 3s, and that's what they sent me, a Gen 3. The difference between the Gen 2 and the Gen 3 is the Gen 1s and Gen 2s have the dot like a regular ACOG does. And the Gen 3s have a chevron where the dot used to be inside the horseshoe. And I'll be 100% honest with you, I like the chevron a lot better. It makes for a finer aiming point. And I'm really starting to recommend this reticle to anybody and everybody that's buying scopes. Be the 1x or 3x, 5x prism scopes, that ACSS with the chevron reticle, I'm really starting to like it. Dimitri, the guy who designed that reticle, don't know a whole lot about him. I heard he's used to be a Marine sniper back in the day, but he did really good. The BDC reticle on this, all the ACSS reticles, because there's a couple of them in this pile. We have found M855 ball and 77 grain OTM match. That BDC reticle out to 500, it's right on the money. I've shot Leopold, Nikon, Night Force, a lot of other high-end optics, Noveski, and the Primary Arms, when Dimitri designed that, he really got it on the money for those rounds. And we'll move on to the next one that was purchased, Vortex Viper series. Not their most expensive, not their cheapest series. Really good scope, really nice glass. I really do like it. Only big downfall to this, right here, there's no lock for these turrets. Pull it out. There's no up. There's no push down lock. But as you see, I mean, it's pretty positive clicks. The issue we had with this one, we went out hog hunting. We covered several miles on foot, going up and down hills, through trees and everything else. And this elevation turret was apparently rubbing somewhere on my kit, and it wound up raising point of impact about 2 inches at 75 yards. When I shot, I missed the hog, went back to camp. I was like, what the hell? Because I just zeroed it 2 days, and it's 2 days before we went, and it sat in the gun safe until we went back out. And when I got back to camp, I set up a 100-yard target, and sure shit, it was about 1.5 inches to 2 inches high. Re-zeroed it, went right back, did everything it was supposed to do. Other than that, these turrets not locking or having caps to secure them, this is a really good scope. These Weaver mounts ain't the best, but they work. And so that's a deal to look at right there. The next one, this is my first play. It's the Vortex Op Mod 1-6. There you go. There's your little Op Mod logo. The LPVO thing I'm kind of playing with right now for what I'm doing. It seems to be working out pretty good. This upper's not mine. It actually belongs to one of my kids. It's getting ready to get a new barrel. As far as I can tell, the scope is good. This original scope got damaged in shipping. Contacted Vortex, let them know, hey, this won't hold zero. And they said, send it in. So we sent it in to them. And we went through the whole rigmarole. They looked at it, and basically what they determined is that a lens inside the scope was damaged during shipping. That kind of bothers me. I don't know. I know people that work for UPS and FedEx. They're pretty rough with packages, but the second one's come back. It's done pretty good. Haven't had any issues with it. Hasn't been out a whole lot, and that's just because this BCA barrel, Bear Creek Armory or Arsenal, whatever the hell they're called, I'm not happy with it. I'm not playing that game anymore. So we're going to put another barrel on it, probably go with a Faxon or a Ballistic Advantage. I don't know. So then we're going to go to our next LPVO, which is a primary arms with the 1-8. This is the SLX series. They're mid-tier. This is on an AR-10 upper, custom barrel, 1-in-12 twist. We'll get more into the builds later. We're just going to kind of focus on the optics. I have been really happy with this 1-8. So, man, I can't really say anything bad about it yet. Haven't had it out a whole lot. We're still playing with this upper and trying to make it run properly and everything else. Not a lot of cheap parts in this gun. There's a lot of aero precision parts in this gun, to be honest with you. And we just got to play with it and figure out maybe it's headspace and timing, or maybe there's just actually a break-in point on it. But back to the optics, like I said, these LPVOs, I'm still playing with them. I'm really on the fence about them. I'm really set on the prism scopes. I've used them in the military. I've used them on personal stuff. I've been really happy with them. They're tough. Like I said, 13-foot fall is a bit drastic. So, but like everything, probably the same thing that happened with this one on shipping is you make so many things, sooner or later you make you make one bad and it shows up. So it's not a fair assessment to say it's a bad scope, it's not durable or anything like that. I mean, there's probably thousands of these things made, and I just happen to get the one lemon, but the replacement has been good so far. Just hasn't been through all the regular rough stuff yet. I will also say customer service is a big thing to me. Like I said, EOTech's, their customer service kind of pissed me off with what they said, and that's why I won't use them anymore. It's up to you if you want to. But these two companies, Vortex, Primary Arms, their customer service has been outstanding. And even on their cheap stuff that you probably consider a throwaway. I know some of you guys run some pretty high dollar optics, and $300 is just not enough for a scope. But I will say this, Vortex damaged a bell on one of their $300 Diamondbacks, and they replaced it, no questions asked. I mean, it was at the house. The replacement scope was at the house before I mailed the old one off because of work. I got tied up doing things. So customer service, stupid happy with both companies, very good. There's some other scopes and stuff that we have roaming around here. Haven't had a whole lot of issues with. One other company that's real, they haven't, Leopold, I've dealt with them on some of their warranty stuff. I don't have the Leopold scope anymore. It wound up going with the gun that was got rid of, and it was just a regular 3x9 Leopold scope, nothing fancy about it. It was a $1,100 scope, and it wound up cracking a piece of glass due to recoil on it because I didn't look at the box saying this. Basically said it was for a 308, and I dumped it on a 300 Win Mag, and it could not handle the recoil. Once again, that's kind of my fault, but dancing around with Leopold, they kind of said, all right, we'll warranty it, just don't put it on another 300 Win Mag, and we didn't. But other than that, it was a good scope. The warranty people were just kind of pain in the butt to deal with, not like dealing with Primary Arms and Vortex. I guess mainly that's what I'm saying on this video is customer service goes a long way with people on a budget. And if you're paying $600 for an optic or whatever, and they don't want to stand behind it, me personally, I won't use them. I know a lot of you guys are going to hate on this, saying EOTech is the shit, and I'll agree with you. Damn good reticle, damn good optic when it works, but when it craps out or something goes wrong with it, it's been my experience, they don't stand behind it. But anyway, if you got any questions, probably the next video we'll go over some of these upper builds. I'll be the first one to tell you. I got a lot of questions on that one right there. It's a Gibbs, but we'll go over them later. Just kind of going to throw this together. I want to send it to my little brother, let him put it on his channel, and we'll see what y'all think. And just clarification real quick, a lot of these, while they may look tactical and all that stuff, that's not what they were built for. They were mainly built for a hunting type scenario. I will say this one right here does have a very tactical touch to it because it kind of was a tactical build. It works. I've been very happy with it. I've shot a couple of competitions with it and doing distance CQB, and needless to say, that little side charger right there can make a world of difference. It's just a game changer when you have to sit down and play with it, but it can be a game changer. So y'all take it easy. Have a good one. Later.